Hey, welcome to the channel. I've got something new for my channel here today. I'm going to be going over the best songs from the month of January. I always put together a best of the month playlist on my Spotify. I share it on my Instagram, tell people go check out the link in profile if you want to check out the playlist. But I've been wanting to bring these best of the month playlists to my channel here. And I just thought of a fun little way to kind of just go through the playlist here, listen to these songs, and talk about what I like about them, why they're on my best of the month here. Unscripted, not putting too much thought into this. I'm going to cut it all up and stuff so it's not too much of a drag, because we have 40 songs from the month of January that I want to go over with you here. Yeah, before we jump in, I will say now, I just actually finished going through the whole playlist and sharing my thoughts on the songs for you, and I wanted to make this pretty snappy, keep it tight. I'll try my best to keep it condensed and not too drawn out when I edit it here after this, but I've spent a long time here, about an hour and a half at least, listening to these songs. So I'm gonna put this in at the starting and just give you a little forewarning that you can check out the description below. The timestamps for each song are there, so you can just click on whatever song you want to check out my thoughts on instead if you don't want to have to sit through this massive video. But I had fun, so I hope you can at least find something good to take away from this list. Now, you know, my qualification to get onto the playlist is basically just any songs that I want to share with you. And I've got, yeah, 40 songs from January here. And I'm just going to go through them in the order that I added them to the playlist. And that begins with USS, Ubiquitous Synergy Seeker. Now, they're a Canadian duo that just released their final album, Einsteins of Consciousness, earlier in January. It's too bad to see them having to pack it in with this final album. And I admit I was a little harsh about this album. I gave it a 5.5 out of 10. Wasn't too stoked on it, but it gave me 3 songs here that are worthy of the best of the month, and let's check them out. So kicking it off, this song is called Aya. For me, I'm always looking for a good moody beat. These guys have a lot of energy to them. They always they tend to be very out there and big, and I like this because it's more subtle, more moody, not too in your face. But then it builds up. Oh, and when you can do that, that wave washes right over it. I love that. And I'd say this one, Undivided, was my favorite off of the album. This one does have a little bit more of a perky energy to it. Here we go. Undivided, my attention span. Again, it just kind of washes over you. Very sweet melody. Boom. Truth of human nature's time of thoughts and nuts. And then you have Pages, the third song off this album that really hit me. And again, just like Undivided and Aya, it's more of a serious tone. I love when these guys take it a bit more seriously. And this chorus is the hook of the album that stood out to me the most immediately. And this is just the pre-chorus. Here comes the real hook. You know, any song that can really make me do that, like the oh and drop, that's it. And chances are you're gonna get yourself a spot on my best of the month. All right, January cannot go without mention of the 2 brand new singles from AFI. You know, of all the bands on my best of January list, AFI I would say means the most to me. These guys got into them with December Underground, and I've been a die-hard fan ever since. One of my top bands in my life for sure. And I was just so happy with this song. And spoiler, the other one, Escape from Los Angeles, also made my best of the month. You know, there's some bias, there's some fanboy bias, but they came back with 2 pretty damn strong tracks here. Twisted Tongues, I would say, is more towards my taste. Oh, that ride cymbal. Oh, and that snare. You know, I grab onto the drums more than anything else with music, that's for sure. But the vocals too. Woo! Davey Havok. What a voice. And then you got Escape from Los Angeles. Switches up the vibe a lot from Twisted Tongues. Some crunchy synths, bass in there, man. Xavier's bringing a bit more of a scratchy delivery to his vocals. Much more energetic. Oh, yeah, this song's just fun. All right, this next one, this is serious. Flirted with You All My Life, Death Cab for Cutie, the Georgia EP. They put out this cover EP this past month, and it's just a 5-song EP, I believe here,
I am a man.
covering all these artists from Georgia.
I am self-aware.
And this song is
Everywhere
the
I
most
go,
tragically beautiful song that I have heard so far this year. And I'll rarely ever put a cover song
all my life.
in a Best of the Month playlist, but when it's this good and this special, it 100% deserves it.
To this day, I swear
This song is deep, man, and it's personal for me. It's very, very, hits me very deep. You know, Flirted with You All My Life. I remember it hit me the first time I heard this song. I was like, what do you mean? What have you flirted with all your life? And just hearing these somber tones in this first verse, I kind of already knew exactly what he was talking about. And
thought that I'd lose my mind.
When you touched a friend of mine, thought that I would lose my mind.
But I found out
Have you figured it out yet?
that really
I was not ready.
no, no. Oh, yeah.
Oh my god. And then that comes in and it's like, yep. That's what he's talking about, huh? Yeah, now this song was originally by a Georgian artist by the name of Vic Chestnut. Never heard of the guy. It's from 2009. Yeah, this song was off of Vic Chestnut's 2009 album, At the Cut. It came out in September. Vic Chestnut died from an overdose of muscle relaxants on Christmas Day, 2009. I'm spending more time with this song because it's just so entirely special. And it's one of those songs that feels very personal. I almost feel kind of weird sharing it like this. If you've ever struggled with suicidal ideation, wow. To hear a song like this, it's unlike anything I've ever heard. I've never heard a song speak about death like this. And to know, you know, this song came out months before this guy essentially took his own life. That's just so real. And wow, that's over. I went through the whole song. Let's change the mood here, man. Pale Waves. Pale Waves. I reacted to this one. And yeah, I am so happy with this song. Pale Waves are such an exciting group. They got their sophomore album coming out here, February 12th. Pretty much a week away. Easy, their third single ahead of the album, and all the singles have been so just spot on. Here we go. Loving you is easy. You know, I remember saying throughout my reaction, just like, yeah, their music's easy, very easy. It had me singing along the first listen, and I didn't even realize what I was saying. I was like, oh, their music's so easy, and oh, the song's called Easy, so yeah. Great track, can't wait for the album. Alright, Dan the Man. Dan the Man, the drummer from UK alternative pop band The Wombats. He's released some solo material over the years, and this is my second album with him, Brightly Colored Creatures, released early in the month. Very perky, sweet melody, catchy. Not too much else to say about it. The Wombats, if you haven't checked them out, they make my type of music, that's for sure. If you're gonna let me down, let me down, let me down gently. And Dan the Man follows suit with his own stuff. Very well done. This whole album, very good. Tate McRae, another reaction from this month. Now, Tate McRae, this song I just looked up on YouTube. New music videos, this popped up on the list. Never heard of her. Turns out she's this on-the-rise Canadian pop star, quite popular right now, actually. And yeah, I caught her with Rubberband here, and this song... This is my type of pop song. Again, I mentioned earlier about I'm always looking for a hook that makes me do this. Here we go. Up. And in. Beats in, that 808. And I'm hooked. I'm hooked. So we got some new Kings of Leon in January. Came back with the Bandit and 100,000 People. Kings of Leon, I've kind of been losing faith in these guys over the years. I caught them with Only by the Night back in 2008 with Sex on Fire, Use Somebody. That album, wonderful. All the albums that came before that, wonderful as well. These guys were so much better than I originally expected them to be with Sex on Fire. They have been an amazing, or they were an amazing discovery for me over 10 years ago. Come Around Sundown was a very rewarding listen, with Pyro being probably the best song I've ever heard from these guys. Then it was all downhill from there. I feel like Mechanical Bull in 2013, meh. Walls in 2016 was an utter disappointment. So that's it. 2016 was the last full album we had from them. And now it's like, oh, wow, we got some new singles. It's been so long. And I came into this kind of thinking, I don't know, what are we gonna get? But I'm decently pleased with this song. I like the drum work. Caleb Followill, the vocalist, sounds great. He always sounds great, but you gotta have that melody for me. You gotta have that hook. And I'm listening to this right now. I'm like, what is the hook? Picking up, picking up. Oh yeah, I love it. Here comes the bandit. Woo. The bandit. Yeah, I just love the feeling of this. And I'm not absolutely swooning over it, but it's nice to have them back with a song that's like, hey, this is pretty good. This is a pretty good song. Alright, now this is a bit of a deep cut. The Spill Canvas. I don't think most people know who these guys are. I hardly even know who they are. I caught them back in the day on a compilation album, and I never really even looked into them much, but I loved that one song off that compilation album. And then they popped back up on my radar just last year with a song called Mercy. It was a standalone single that was very much related to the pandemic, and I loved it. But it was a lot different than the pop punk kind of sound that I remember discovering them with. And so I was like, okay, this is just a kind of foray into a new genre, and they're making it work. And now they're kind of back into this more, you know, that pop rock realm with this song. And I'm stoked, dude. So stoked on this song. This vocalist is special. He's got a sound of his own, I would say. Firestorm. Okay, Dying in Designer. This is a bit of a recent discovery for me. I mean, this is my second... I've only known one album from him. He's kind of came into my life as an emo rapper is kind of where I would categorize him with. Nobody's Happy, an album from 2019. Super depressing stuff, but catchy. And this really ramping up kind of this rock edge. The drums, kind of like Nothing Nowhere, what he's doing with his stuff. And this song just slaps, man. It rocks! It's like a Blink-182 song. Yeah, he's definitely really embracing much more of a pop rock kind of sound with this song. Lots more drum work to it, louder and bigger than the stuff off of that that album of his. Not My Problem, Escape the Fate, back with a new song here, featuring Travis Barker on the drums. He's on everything. I got into Escape the Fate back when Ronnie Radke was the vocalist, but then he ditched when he went to jail, and Craig Mabbitt came in. Ronnie's doing Falling in Reverse now, and I've grown to enjoy Falling in Reverse more than Escape the Fate over the years, but Craig Mabbitt, proven that he's got it. This song makes me remember songs from, you know, when I was getting into Escape the Fate just after Craig Mabbitt came in, and I loved some of that stuff, and this is like, oh yeah, I remember what I was digging about his sound, so I'm still really stoked about this band. Whiny, but just so catchy. Alright, Lonely the Brave, got an album from them, The Hopeless. One of my favorite albums, maybe the best album I heard of the month. And this song, Keeper, here, was the last single, I believe, released before the album came out. And it was the first song from them that really grabbed me and was like, oh shit, this is really a band I've gotta look into more. And I'm really glad I did, because that album is very strong. And this is definitely one of the biggest hits. Feel this. Yeah, it's their first album with this new vocalist, and I was seeing comments from some fans from their older stuff, and it's weird to hear you're a band you enjoyed with a new vocalist, but for me, I'm coming into them for the first time. This is all I really have ever known from them with this guy, and I am loving it. Eater! Such a powerful delivery. Tell me why I need her. Love the feeling. Yeah, this is what you're gonna get on this album, this real big emotional rock presence, and that's my type of rock music. Jon Foreman. Jon Foreman is pretty much my #1 hero of all time. He's the lead singer of Switchfoot, the band I own more merch for than any other band. They've been my #1 band since 2003. Their album, The Beautiful Letdown, has the song It's Meant to Live and Dare You Move on it, which you might recognize. They got some radio play. That album was the first album I ever really owned in my, pre-teen years, and it started it off for me. It is where my CD collecting days began, and I'll always, know them as the band that started it all for me, and they've always remained my #1. Christian rock music. Never really broke out of that Christian rock kind of genre, but they've still had a very successful career. And Jon, he's been releasing some solo music here and there over the years. He's come back with some new stuff, and I'm just loving what I'm hearing here. So sweet, and just... I always love me a little bit of melancholy in my songs, and he definitely does a great job at balancing that with a more hopeful mood as well. And this one's even more special. Jesus, I Have My Doubts. I said Switchfoot, they're a Christian rock band. I'm not a Christian.
Jesus, I'm sorry about
I've never really had much of a belief in a God.
Jesus.
But I listen to Switchfoot's music, I listen to Jon Foreman's music, and I've said it's a way for me to connect with this entity that I'm not sure if I even believe in, and it's kind of my form of prayer. And a song like this is so special, and it's kind of like, wow, Jesus, I have my doubts. Stealing the words right from me, Jon. To hear him express these types of feelings as, a guy who's made a career as the lead singer of a Christian rock band. I just love the openness he shares with us about his doubts. On and on and on. I always say I'm looking for those songs that are real, like, big but Jon Foreman, his music, his solo stuff is very much like this, and it's able to hit me on an emotional level. Don't need that big hook. I always say I'm not a huge lyrically focused guy, but Jon has a way of making me pay attention to what he's writing about. Tiger's Jaw. Indie rock band. Kind of had my eye on these guys since 2014's Charmer. I've never been absolutely wild about them, but I like their sound, you know? Oh! Love the build up here. I can feel your ooh in your voice. Just kind of breezy alt rock, man. Okay, Moon Taxi. Yeah, they put out this album Silver Dream, which is pretty good. I've compared these guys to a kind of poppier Kings of Leon. They're from Tennessee. You can definitely feel that kind of Tennessee pop rock vibe. Ooh, man, that beat comes in. Where you go, I follow. Oh, oh. Where you go, I follow. Oh, oh. Love the mood of this. Love the mood. Live red. It's the type of song that kind of gives you that encouragement to really just grab life by the horns. Yeah, we got another one from Lonely the Brave off the latest album. Now this one I would say beats out Keeper, Chasing Knives. So his voice kind of rises, and then dips. And then up, and then down. Oh, up again though. And it's the way it kind of moves up, down, and up. And I think it's a very special melody. One of those melodies that's like, whoa, that's something quite refreshing, quite exciting. Has me always singing along. And because of that, it's definitely pushed itself to the biggest highlight off of their new album. Oh, and I can't go without mentioning this, the bridge. Here. As long as you breathe, you are brave. The feeling of that line right there, as long as you breathe, you are brave. And the way of the delivery there really drives into me. Okay, another one I reacted to this last month. Yuno. Somebody. This guy is wild. Wild. Hit it. He listens to all the music that inspires this is kind of the same stuff that the emo pop rock stuff that kind of blossomed my music taste. And I can feel it in this song. That guitar. This one I just gotta turn up. Here we hit it. Oh my god! Ooh. I hate everybody. Here it comes again. It's not the biggest hit or anything there, but it's just... Yeah. This song really does it for me. Yeah, Day to Remember. We got a new album coming from them next few months here. And they gave us another single ahead of it, Everything We Need. I believe this is going to be the closing song of the album. I always find it weird when a band releases the closing song as a single, but hey, I'm happy to have this one. 75, 75. I'm so happy with this song. Here we go. And you know you got me, we got everything we need. You know, it's a campfire sing-along, and I'm usually not too wild about a song like this. But leave it to a day to remember to make this one of the most damn infectious songs that I've heard this year, without a doubt. This is absolutely... It has me hooked, that chorus. I mean... Jeremy McKinnon, that's the vocalist. This guy is brilliant. You know, they bring in these elements to it that make it more than just a sappy acoustic sing-along. I mean, this is so generic, you could say, but wow, did they ever make it feel like a reinvigorated form of this type of song? I feel like this is a group that I only really started listening to because I got them confused with Stand Atlantic, this Australian pop punk group. And I was like, oh no, this is not that same group at all. Chase Atlantic. You know, it's that auto-tuned, kind of emo rap leaning stuff. But this song is wild. Wild. Chill, atmospheric, and ooh, very, very, very rewarding. And if you want it, I'll take you to heaven if you die. Yeah, it's the type of song that would have me in front of the mirror, just like feeling like a part of the band. Okay, shout out to this band, Drive. Now, Drive is a band I've connected with on Instagram. I believe they're from the UK. You know, 3,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. From Newcastle upon Tyne. I believe they're a duo. Young guys. And they might have reached out to me on Instagram last year at some point. And I've been kind of keeping an eye on what they've released. This is the first one that's been really like, oh, this is my jam right here. Love the mood of this track. Okay, so this bridge, this technically becomes that blossom of a chorus. And it's cool when a song does this. You got the two hooks that are pretty subtle, and then this becomes the main refrain of the song. It's routine, let it go. And then it comes back to this. So I guess this would be the main refrain. And when they pull back into this, you're like, oh, damn. But that bridge really lifts up, and they did that wonderfully. Oh, man. Rhye. New album, Home. Now, Rhye's an artist I've been keeping an eye on for several years. Not the type of music I would generally listen to, but some way or another I came across him back in about 2013. Yeah, this is a man singing. I swear I spent probably my first year listening to his music, not having any clue that this was a guy. I can't find a trace of a man in his music. He's got this androgynous countertenor vocal that is just wild. Absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, music like this is not generally my jam. It's R&B-ish, but here we go. Oh my god. This song has a hell of a drive to it. Most of his stuff's not quite as big and driven as this track. But this is the definitely the biggest highlight for me off the newest album. And the whole album itself is great. Woo! Give me that, you know what I'm talking about? I call this music tender lovemaking music, soft, sexy music, sweet lovemaking music. This ain't no lovemaking music. Justin, Courtney, Pierre, go. Just driven, minute 40, all out punk. This guy does a great job at balancing this real punk energy with a wonderful melodic pull. Love his voice. If it sounds familiar, he was the lead singer of Motion City's soundtrack, one of my favorite bands from back in the day. They called it quits several years ago, but Justin's been doing some solo music here and there, and he's popped back up with this new single, and I'm just loving the energy, loving the melody. Real fun song. Yeah, this is Small Black, new single Duplex. An artist I'm not too familiar with, but I did catch Small Black back in the day with his album called Limits of Desire, and I enjoyed some of it. Enough to keep my interest, though I missed the last album in 2015. And it looks like this is the first kind of new music that we've had since he did release a song in 2020 called Tampa that I was actually really interested in as well. And I just love the vibes of this stuff. Smooth, dreamy, and enough catch to it to keep me interested. I'm always looking for that hook. You gotta give me a hook. Just a easy song to ride the groove. Alright, gotta give a shout out to my dude Underduck. The guy behind this is from Vancouver here, local artist, and he's the one who gave me the music for my intro and outro for the videos, and my music bed that I use in my videos as well. Quinn, what a guy. Been one of my #1 supporters since I kicked off this channel, and for him to, you know, make me some original music to use in my videos as a music bed. What a guy. Thank you, Quinn. And dude, he released a few new songs. Thank you and have a safe day. A few little tracks here. I love this one. This song is very pretty. And yeah, it really shows off his vocal talent. I mean, it's soft, it's not pushing him to any big limits. But I love the soft, easy vibes. He is a guitarist as well. This is him on the guitar. I guess Quinn does all of the work for this. It's all 100% Quinn. And I can't listen to this song now without thinking of this song. This is taken from Grizzly Bear's Knife. Grizzly Bear, one of my favorites in the indie realm, and super cool to hear him bring that line into this track. And yeah, the rest of the track follows this pace that just makes me think of that song every time I hear it now. Thank you, Underduck. He's got some more music on the way this year, I believe, and oh, I'm keeping my eye on you. Okay, we're gonna turn things up. Hail the Sun, Domino. Hail the Sun, these guys are pretty, what, progressive? Vocals are fire. This vocalist is a drummer. In a lot of the videos you see him on the drums. Not in this video though. I think he's kind of really moved into the lead singer position, but in the past he was on the drums, and that was pretty unique. Here's the hook. It's kind of that shredded music, and I'm not a shredder, but I can appreciate this stuff. I love you to die. I think that's a big selling point of this song for me. I love that. If I love you to death. Yeah, these guys are pretty crazy. If you're into this kind of stuff, I think you'll like what you find from these guys. One of my favorite new discoveries right here. These guys, Holding Absence, Afterlife. Check out the lead singer. Gorgeous. I don't say that about many men, but this guy is a beautiful, beautiful man. And I love to see a band, you know, they're not even that dressed up, but they all look great, very fashionable. And the video just has them on this nice little set. Oh my god! But it's so hard. They look so clean and cute. but they go so hard. Hard in like the pop punk sense. The drummer in this video too is wild. And this hook just in your face, big. Grabbed onto me immediately. Middle Kids questions. Middle Kids has been one of my favorite discoveries over recent years. I believe they're Australian. Now this song's not like the most hook-driven track or anything. It's more of like a slow build of a song. It gets big, it gets big. Here we go. The horns come in, it's like, whoa! Frenzied drums. I don't think I've heard many horns in their music like this before. You know, not exactly top tier when it comes to my favorite songs of January, but I have a lot of respect for this band. I think it's a cool song. And like I said, you know, it's a song that I'd want to show to people. So Mice and Men, you know what to expect. Obsolete, latest single. This is just what I want from a Mice and Men song. See, these guys are great with like these harsh vocals, just heavy, heavy verses, and then I need that hook, and they deliver. Same vocalist, same vocalist. I'm 99% sure this is the same guy. Great what he can do with his voice. Now, I was not expecting I'd have this song added to my Best of the Month playlist. OMI, I don't know who OMI is, but I do know Studio Killers. Studio Killers has a song called Eros and Apollo from way back, 2013 or so. One of the greatest songs I've ever heard. Oh, and this song is just a slapper. Party like it's your birthday. I think this is the Studio Killers edition. This is kind of what Studio Killers sounded like. The OMI must have been the other vocals. Yeah, Teenage Wrist, Yellowbelly. Don't know too much about this band. I got into them through the Chain Gang of 1974. The guy from the Chain Gang of 1974 was a part of this group, but he's not anymore from what I'm seeing. You know, it sounds like 90s alternative rock. And I just really vibe with this type of sound. Valleyheart, another group that I only know a little bit from. You should check out the music video for this song. Super weird, super weird. Pretty uncomfortable vibes to it, and I think that was the intention. It's kind of just doing everything wrong. It's very cool. And I love their feel, man. Vocalist is strong. I'm always into that angsty mood, and these guys, they've got that. And this chorus. Oh. Yep, Pale Waves made it back on. They just put out You Don't Own Me on the 29th. I had to spend the first couple days of February here kind of looking over these last songs that came out over the last few days of January just to see is there anything else that's going to make my Best of January playlist. And yeah, Pale Waves did it again with this latest one of theirs. Woo. Like I said, man, Pale Waves, they're easy, catchy, This one's real upbeat. You know, it's... You can see this one being a real fun one at the shows. Now this group's a little bit out of my realm. Morcheeba. We got a new song from them, Sounds of Blue. I love when a song like this, music like this, can show me that, oh, okay. Take me out of my normal listening habits into something like this. I love the vibe of this track. Really nicely done music video for this one as well. Her vocals, this lady, woo, beautiful. So pretty, so pretty. The Color Fred got a song called Never Wanted. This is probably the first song I've ever listened to from The Color Fred. Unless you count his time with Taking Back Sunday. Fred Mascherino, is that the name? He was in Taking Back Sunday. Taking Back Sunday when they came into my life, you know, with Make Damn Sure. Then he ended up leaving the band, I believe, what, after that album? And I was pretty butthurt about that one, that's for sure. But he's been doing his own thing, and he's kind of got this Color Fred project. Just released this new song, and it's awesome. Okay, we're almost done, I swear. This has turned into a huge task. It's gonna be one hell of an editing job for myself. But it's been fun. Be sure to leave a thumbs up if you've taken anything good from this. Be nice to know I'm not doing this for no one. Julia Stone. I'm just getting more and more into Julia Stone with everything I hear from her. She has such a sweet, light, gentle voice. We all have the lightness to be okay, okay for now. Love the message there. Yeah, I really appreciate a song like this. Brings in Matt Berninger from The National. And then bring them both together and it's like, wow. Time. Alright, this is it. This is the last one, Young Friend.
So this is me reaching out. I don't got away
with words. Yeah, I think he's actually from Vancouver. One of the most promising Vancouver artists. Alright, I can't resist. I did some reactions for some BC artists that I came in connection with this past month as well. And damn it, if this song isn't worthy of a spot on my best of the month. Literally just adding it now. This is Young Decs. 14-year-old. And I'll admit, this is a good hook. Definitely a song that's worth showing off. I think his verse here is really good. There you go, buddy. There you go. Honestly, I've barely come back to this song yet because I'm just always listening to new music. I'm always trying to grab onto what's new. And I guess I didn't really give this song too much time, but I knew it was kind of sitting there in the back of my head like, oh, I need to maybe consider that for best of the month. And really, yeah, really glad I've pulled it in here last minute. Yeah, 14 years old, man, and that's an exciting track. Definitely a song that's like, all right, I'm ready to hear what you got coming, man. If you can dig this, go give it a listen. Go support this young BC artist. I won't say much else. I've been standing in front of the camera for long enough. I tried to keep it tight, but man, this turned into a big ordeal. But man, it was fun. Hope you found something to take away from this. I got the Spotify playlist linked in the description below for you to check out. So thanks for checking this out. Love a thumbs up if you liked what you saw. Hit the subscribe for more alternative content, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. What were your favorite songs of January? I'd love to chat, and I'll see you next time.